Good evening, everyone. My name is Clarence Williams. I'm from the Second Planet Band, and we're at the beautiful downtown theater in Fairfield, California, which we're getting ready to do a concert performance rather, that features Ray Obiedo, and that's Ray Obiedo. I'm a little nervous, as you can tell. Ray Obiedo and Mistura Fina. And also, Mr. Michael Manring is going to be actually the co-headliner as well. In my band's Second Planet, we're going to be playing as well. So this is a very rare opportunity, sir. I am so happy to meet you. I mean, I used to see you in bass player magazines years ago, and I remember seeing one of your videos as well. So, I mean, I've known you to be a bass guitar legend. So this is a great opportunity for me to meet you up front and up close and so forth. And what really got my attention when I contacted you to do the performance with us is that I saw you at the SMV concert about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and you actually performed right before Stanley Clarke, Marcus Miller, and Victor Wooten, and you just blew away the audience. My God, it was just incredible. So, and that's the first time I'd ever seen you perform, even though I'd known about you at least a good 20 years prior. So again, thank you for coming to this and performing with us. And just tell me, about yourself and, what you've been doing over the past few years.
Well, first of all, thank you
Yeah.
for having me. Thank you for putting all this together. I mean, this is an amazing thing you've done. This is, I know how much work this is.
Okay.
And it's just a real pleasure to be here. And what a pleasure to hear you guys play.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure. And of course, always a pleasure to hear Ray
Yeah.
and his band play. And me, I'm just a guy who loves the bass.
Okay.
And for some reason, I've just always had it in my head that the bass was just capable of all this different kind of sound and all this different kind of music. I kind of look at it like a paintbrush,
Okay.
and I can use it to kind of paint any picture that I might want to paint.
Okay.
And so I've been at this a long time now, and I've been just, I've had a blast my whole life kind of experimenting with it and seeing what kinds of things it can do, and continue to be impressed at how much the instrument is capable of.
Okay.
We tend to hear it in very specific roles, and I love those roles. I wouldn't ever want to take that away from it. I love playing bass in more normal ways as well, more conventional ways. But I keep finding all these other things it can do that just really, really ignite my imagination. And it's just been a thrill to be able to do that, and even more of a thrill that people actually seem to want to hear it once in a while. And that's what really makes it exciting, is when you kind of have a dream about something and you get to share it with people.
Well, the most common question is, I started to say problem, I don't know why, but the most common question any artist would hear is that, who or what was your influence? And what you do is just so out of the ordinary. I'm not even going to ask you what your influences was, because I don't see, any predecessors prior to you, that actually performed the way you did. But I mean, how did what you do actually? How did that really come in? How did that form? How was you able to create?
Well, I feel like we grew up at a good time, because there were a lot of great musicians to draw influence from, and I kind of, soaked it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Bass players, of course. I mean, it's a great time to grow up as a bass player, because we had this wealth of amazing bass players of all kinds. I played the upright bass for a long time too, and was very into jazz. So when you put that in the mix, there's just a massive number of really brilliant artists that have inspired all of us over the years. And I've tried to take that in, and also kind of try to take in other things as well. Not just bass players, but piano players, and guitar players, and trumpet players, and saxophone players, and people who did different kinds of things. Composers, people who were...
Like who?
Well, the great composers, obviously, the ones we all know, like Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, And the more contemporary ones, you know, Stravinsky, Bartók.
Okay.
There's an amazing American composer, very, very out there, but always inspired me, named Harry Partch.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of great living composers doing
Okay.
just really interesting, unusual music.
Okay.
And so I've tried to bring that into what I do, and music from other cultures has
Mhm.
had a big impact on me
Wow.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just trying to put it together, everything that's appealed to me
Okay.
in one way or another.
Well, let's see. And some of you was a bass player, magazine, polls reader, winner, or bass player of the year.
Yeah.
And that was what year?
I won in, I think it was 1994. And once
Okay.
you win, they don't let you.
Right.
You're out of out of the
Yeah.
competition, so I can't win anymore.
Mhm.
But that's fine. Yeah,
Mhm.
but that was really nice.
Yeah, okay. And you was associated with Windham Hill
Mhm.
label for a number of years.
Many years. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a real pleasure for me. That was kind of my entree into the
Mhm.
music business,
Mhm.
which is great because, you know,
Mhm.
as I say, I tend to be a little bit out of the mainstream,
Mhm.
and they were a little bit out of the mainstream too, and they
Mhm.
liked what I did,
Okay.
and really
Okay.
gave me my start in the music business.
Well, you know, I mean, the last time I asked this particular question to, you remember Larry Graham?
Absolutely.
Okay,
man.
I asked
mean,
him,
talk about a hero.
what has been your greatest song you feel? And he says, well, there's no answer because maybe I'm yet to write my best song.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask you that question, but I will ask you this. What do you feel to this point? Maybe it's kind of the same question when I think about it. But what do you feel has been your most memorable, I'll use that word, accomplishment as an artist?
Yeah, it is hard to pick one.
Okay,
You know, I think
okay.
mostly, you know, I kind of see what I'm doing. I've been heading in this direction a long time, and I kind of see it as one thing that
Okay.
I'm headed for. That it kind of encompasses a lot of different things, and I kind of add to it as I go. But it's sort of this very sort of, in a way, it's a specific approach, but I try to have as much different color around it as I can. But it involves using different tunings on the bass and playing the bass in different ways, and trying to bring in different kinds of harmonies and melodies and rhythms, and just there's a particular kind of place that I'm going, and I keep kind of refining it, and I'll just keep going, you know, as long as I can.
Okay.
I'll never get to the end of it,
Okay.
because it's too deep.
Never get to the end. So you heard it. And anyway, I'm so glad that you're going to be doing this concert with us. Like I said, it's an honor. It really is.
Oh,
And,
the honor's mine. Thank you so
and I
much.
really appreciate you coming by tonight and doing this show. So that is it. This is Clarence Williams and Michael Manring at the Downtown Theater in Fairfield, California. You probably never heard of Fairfield, but I'm telling you, we do some great music here. Okay. So, oh yes, one other thing. Michael Manring, your website is manthing.com.
Manthing.com.
Manthing.com. There you go. There you go. So thank you again, sir. And you know, I'm sure everyone will enjoy the concert. And again, I can't say thanks enough. So,
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. All right.